So we're continuing from part one. The raid on the small house has just been completed. Objective has been complete. We're still holding perimeter security. I was just checking out my hand because I stuck it on a rusty nail. Gonna go check around the corner of the building here just to make sure that side's clear, because that right out there is pro-Russian separatist territory, all beyond that fence line. Do a quick body sweep of this guy, make sure he's got nothing dangerous on him, and then we're gonna roll him up and throw him in a truck. Here we are conducting another reconnaissance patrol, moving through the no man's land. You know, it's easy to imagine that these suburbs were incredibly well kept and maintained at one point, but at this stage, everything is just overgrown. Traversing it can be incredibly challenging, but also very rewarding in terms of concealment. This buildup of brush is actually excellent for our purposes. Being a reconnaissance platoon, our primary mission is to move around unseen without making contact, but simply observing and reporting back to command. We use hand signals almost exclusively, except for hushed tones when within close proximity to each other, but almost always hand signals. The exterior walls of houses like this one are actually incredibly challenging obstacles for several reasons. One, there was often broken glass from windows being blown out that gave your position away fairly easily if you didn't watch your step. And two, they often employ trip lines and explosives along them because they know that's an optimal route for concealment and bounding movements. We almost never ran into an enemy patrol, or for that matter, an enemy reconnaissance platoon out there scouting our positions, oddly enough. For the most part, they seem to be very content with holding their ground and utilizing harassing fire and indirect fire against our outposts early in the evening till, I'd say early morning around 2 a.m. That's when it would stop and quiet down for the rest of the remainder of the night. Those types of exchanges were incredibly common, and actually those kind of stagnant tactics were utilized by both sides. Here we're moving into a building to set up an OP on the 3rd floor to try and get a decent overwatch position on the enemy positions for reconnaissance purposes. This house itself was incredible, and you can tell it was about $1 billion home, complete with wine cellar, several bedrooms, beautiful bathrooms, and it had just been shelled the hell out during probably the early days of the conflict. Large structures like these were incredibly challenging obstacles for a small element like ours, given the fact that they had multiple rooms, many blown out walls, perimeter fences. It's just kind of hard to cover your six all the time, as well as maintain some type of forward aggression through the structure. The sheer level of debris also presented quite the challenge when it came to utilizing stealth tactics and slower paced methods of CQB. As far as the future of this conflict goes, I don't see an end in any near future. It just doesn't seem plausible at this point. I don't think either side is willing to budge or commit the resources necessary to make a major offensive push in any given direction, given terrain and troop buildups. This has been Kurt Trotter, coming to you from the ground in Ukraine, on time, on target.